Anyway, going back to what I was saying. So yeah, as far as best practices, it's already in there. You can only deviate so much to what your facility wants you to follow, best practices as you see. Um, but pretty much the world is connected. So whatever is being done in the Carolinas is the same as being done here in Hawaii, where I'm working. It's the same as what's being done in New York, where I used to work. I don't know how you guys do nursing there in the Philippines. I've never worked there, and I haven't lived there in a long time. And going back to, you know, best practices, it's very hard for me to tell you how to become a good nurse manager because for me, before you can become a nurse manager, you have to be a nurse first. You have to experience what it's like to provide bedside care. Maybe you need to go to maternity. Maybe you need to go to ICU. Maybe you need to go to pediatrics or um, cardiac floor, telemetry floor, or maybe you need to go on an orthopedic floor, or maybe you need to be a forensic nurse. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. But being a manager, it's sort of like for me, for people like you who are just still in school, this is gonna be sort of like 10 years or maybe 5 years into your career. So how can you become a nurse manager? You have to become a good nurse first. And how do you become a good nurse? Not only by knowing your skills and what you need to do, but you need to have compassion. I always tell you this, you know, not a lot of people have compassion anymore. And you look at me right now. I'm sick because I spend so much time on my patient's bedside. It's beyond my pay grade. I shouldn't have done that, but I felt bad for him, so now I'm sick. It's just the consequences. But best practice, you just have to be a good human being, May. And you have to be able to care. It doesn't have to be a nurse. You don't, you just have to look around you, you know. Um, if you're a good human being and you respond to people's suffering, um, you spend like 5 years becoming a floor nurse, maybe do all specialty, definitely do ICU, like what I'm doing right now because that is where the grind is. And thing about ICU is people come, sorry, yeah, you see, bid, I was going to video myself. I don't know, me, how you're going to do this, this recording, but I guess you just have to cut it and Uh, yeah, so one thing about ICU is people come in, but not all of them come out. It's like we have all the medicines and the equipment to make people survive, but it based on genetic, it based on how healthy you are, it based on how even your weight, if you're obese, it's already against you. A lot of people that died during the pandemic has to do with being overweight. So it's based on a lot. And for me, for you to become a good nurse manager, I think you should do the grind first. And then, nobody start on the top. Okay, like your Tito Beck always say, everybody gotta start on the bottom. If you think that you could just become a nurse manager and there's no such thing. You need to build experiences and you need to show that you have leadership capacity. Some nurses, they can't be leaders because they don't have the compassion and they don't have like the strength, to manage and talk to people and stuff like that. So that's that's what I think. So to share how you can become a nurse manager, graduate first, do the grind, maybe go to all kinds of field when you get into nursing and find out what you really like. Do you want to work with kids? Do you want to work with babies? Do you want to work with cancer patient? There are some nurses who can do that. So, it's really up to you. Anyway, that's it. If